David Lynch has passed away. So it goes. I won't claim to be a scholar of the man's works. Some of his stuff I love, and some I find downright baffling. But whether it clicks with me or goes whizzing straight over my head, everything of his that I've seen is undeniably unique and interesting. He's one of those artists where you recognize his style immediately. David Lynch's projects look like nothing else, and nothing else looks like them. I won't spend any time speaking about his entire body of work. I'm not familiar with it all, honestly. I mainly want to talk about two of his projects that are among my absolute favorites. Twin Peaks is one of the coolest, strangest, most unique television shows that has been or ever will be created. Part murder mystery, part character drama featuring one of the most bizarrely eclectic casts of characters you're ever gonna meet. There's a strange draw you feel when watching the show. If I had to attempt to describe it, I'd say it's like a weird nostalgic longing to be in this place that feels familiar even though you've never been there, and even though there's the whole brutal murder of a young woman thing, plus all the supernatural bizarreness going on. Even though it was canceled after its second season, there's a reason it's now lauded as one of the best pieces of television ever produced, to the point that there was enough demand to get a third season 25 years later. Its run was short, but it cast a long shadow, influencing a ton of stuff from TV shows like The X-Files to video games like Deadly Premonition and the king of survival horror Silent Hill. If it's weird, off-kilter, maybe a little dark, and made after 1990, chances are Twin Peaks is part of its DNA. I first saw Dune on TV as a kid. My older brother says it was on the Disney Channel. Maybe it was, I don't know. I trust him, he's got that autistic memory. So if he says it was on the Disney Channel, then by God it was on the Disney Channel. All I know is that I could not believe what I was seeing, and the fabulously wild imagery permanently burned itself into my brain. It has some of my favorite art direction, costumes, and special effects of all time. And as time wore on and I got older, I saw more and more new things imitating the stuff I grew up on. Star Wars, Indiana Jones, all that, but I have never ever seen anything even attempt to match the look of Dune. Now, some out there will say that it's because Dune is a terrible movie, to which I will retort that it's actually because nobody since has had the right combination of vision, talent, and balls to make something as wildly singular as Dune. How easy would it have been for Lynch to ride Star Wars' coattails and deliver something that was safely familiar to what at that point was the biggest film franchise in history? But he said, fuck that, took a mighty swing and cracked that motherfucker straight out of the park. Dune is easily one of my top 10 favorite films. Of all his projects, it seemed to be the only one that was a sore spot for him. He almost never talked about it, and when he did, it was only to lament how the movie turned out due to his youthful naivete in giving up his right to final cut. While I believe he had nothing to be ashamed of with Dune, one of my biggest hopes was that one day we would have gotten an extended director's cut of this amazing film. Alas, that will never happen now. Ah well. David Lynch was one of a sadly dying breed, a true artist and visionary with a distinct signature look and feel to everything he worked on that was instantly recognizable. His work will continue to be enjoyed, studied, and puzzled over by both scholars and lunkheads like me, and will inspire true creatives for decades to come. He had a very Eastern philosophy outlook on spirituality, cosmic love, and the afterlife, and so with that, Mr. Lynch, wherever your strange soul is traveling on this next leg of your existential journey, Godspeed and keep it weird.